Okay, storytelling Ron. Hey, I'm doing something, I guess, a little different. I'm going to be, this is probably going to be a very slow, boring, tedious video, just so you know. And I am DMing Curse of Strahd. That's my next thing. Little commercial. I'll be putting all my stuff on my website. So if you want to be a patron, it's a website. I'm not doing Patreon. I'm doing my own Patreon website. Anyway, I'm going to be putting all my assets there, whatever I make, minis, maps, the PDF, which is what I'm going to be working on right now. I haven't written anything out yet, and I just figured out this morning what I'm going to do. And so I'm being hired to do this. They picked a family is hiring me to DM them, and I didn't want to do this one. I don't. I know that this is like one of considered the best campaign out there. I'm just not into like gothic-y, like kind of that narrow. I mean, small micro type of, especially gothic. I mean, I like it, as a genre and all that, but I'm just not into DMing it. I'm more into that, Lord of the Rings, Conan the Barbarian, more into that kind of fantasy, sword and sorcery, and less about gothic. And this is all about gothic. It's all about tarot card reading and really being subjugated to Strahd, and everyone is. So how I, as a DM, don't want to DM this. So I think that's an interesting take on this. And I do, the family, the dad, he really wanted to play this, and he contacted me many, many moons ago. But he just kind of brought, he's in my Rhyme of the Frostman, Chris, and I steered him that way. Anyway, so he finally said, I want to pay you to do it. And he kind of kept bringing this one up. So I figured, okay, that's kind of intriguing. So anyway, I'm going to go through my process of first off, as a DM, the most important thing is that you're excited about whatever you're doing. So I have to turn this into something that excites me. Otherwise, I'm not going to be very good at it. And then, you know what I mean? So that's that's really most of what all my videos are about, is telling you to, whatever the material you use, your homebrew or a campaign, you pick and cut and choose and do whatever you want. That's really, really, really important. You gotta make it exciting for you, and every DM has a different thing on it, because it's funny. I'll tell everyone my exciting thing, and then they all like okay, and then they tell me their exciting thing, and I'm like, okay. So it's different for each one of us DMs, right? Each one of us has a different excitement. But if you ever feel like you're confused by material or you're frustrated with it, that means you're letting it control you. Control it. Okay. So for Curse of Strahd, I'm gonna control it and decide what I want. Like I want Strahd to be a wussy and scared and running away. I mean, I don't, but I'm saying that's literally what you need to do if that's what you want to control it. So the first thing I realized, and here this is in design, so I started off with a page or book kind of format, 8.5 by 11. I don't know, in case I print it out, which I don't do anymore, but I keep the format. So I just grabbed this off the internet. I do like to put the maps in here as well. It's because that way I can, because what I like to do is I like to get a screenshot of the maps, usually from Roll20, and then put them in here. Well, I could do that today, I don't think. Put them in here, and then I kind of like make notes around it, just to remind myself of what I want to do. Because I will bring them down a notch if it's just too much information there. I don't want to remember all that. And I never read the text box, just so you know, because I think it really hiccups the flow. Hold on, wow, so my wife interrupted me. She found my keys I lost like a year ago. It had my knife on it. It had, one of the $200 key fobs on it. Wow, that was incredible. I thought about that knife and key set like yesterday. That how much that I lost that. And I had to get a new key fob. It was gonna be another $200 or whatever. Wow, she just found it. It was hidden. It was in one of our chairs, one of our cushion chairs in the back, way in the back behind the cushion. She pulled it out. Yeah, that's how often she cleans our chair. Well, it's one of those nice decorative chairs in the corner that we don't really Okay. Whew. Wow. Okay. So what was I talking about? I was talking about. Was I going on InDesign? Oh my gosh! Finding the keys really threw me off. Okay, so I'll probably remember as I'm talking. Okay, so in design, okay, let's just go with InDesign. So here's InDesign, first page. Okay, so what I came up with finally is that got me excited, at least for starters, to really grasp the story. And I pretty much got the whole story. I've read it all pretty much. I mean, the text box. I don't. Yeah, in dungeons, I I tend to, they're pretty much not that huge of locations. But there are, like, for instance, the old temple. I think the ancient temple. It's just, little descriptions of every room, or like the old house. Okay, the first level, the old house. It's got a bunch of descriptions of every little room. I'm just not gonna worry about all that. I'm gonna describe it as in the moment, literally, when they go through it. I'm not going to stop and read any of the text box. That kills the flow of the game, in my opinion. In my opinion, it kills the flow of the game when you do that. And you don't need that much description. And you just need it, the description should come naturally as you're describing it and as they're playing. And you just kind of keep describing it as they do things and stuff. I think that's the way it should go. I don't think you should stop, make them all listen to you read something. It's very... When I watch it on YouTube, I'm just like, ugh, it's just, I don't know, it kills the whatever. Anyway, this is my thing. Okay, so what I realized, what excites me is the factions. There's a lot of little factions in here, and really understanding them, especially at the beginning, to me is really important, because if you understand all the factions at the beginning, you will start incorporating them in the story as you go along. And because you want to know, you want everyone... Obviously, all the residents have opinions or inklings about the different factions, in their limited knowledge of whatever's going on. So that's the first thing. And the easiest way for me to find that in the book is through the random encounters. And that's kind of where I got the impetus, whatever, oh yeah, I want to break down the factions. So I'm just going to go through, type a few out, just to give you how I kind of... Okay, factions in Barovia. So, what are some factions? The Vistani. Well, let's say Strahd. Okay, so what does Strahd have? He has the Vistani. He's got the dire wolves. I'll just dire wolves. He's got a swarm of bats or bat. What else does he have at his disposal? I don't know, but let me just go on to the next one, just for the... let me see. I don't have it heading, so I can go over here. I use InDesign. I really like InDesign. It's like $50 a month though for Photoshop. I use Photoshop, Premiere Pro, InDesign, so it is pricey. But I just love it. I just love using their stuff. Ooh, cool. Use that one. Get a little bigger. I like the font. And I'm going to turn this into subheading. Now, Factions of Barovia is going to be a main heading. And I guess we'll use that same font because it looks cool. Just make it bigger. Underline it? I mean, I could do color. I'll just go for that right now. Or do we do more than that? Factions in Barovia. Let's do bold. I'll do a color too. I hope this is entertaining. I don't know. Oh, I don't have my... I don't know the easiest way. New swatch? Let me see. Can I change it? Yeah. Can I use RGB? I kind of like the D&D sort of dark red thing. Dark red. Now it's in my swatches. Oops. Did that work? Yeah. Okay, so I'll make this my main heading. Paragraph style. I'll understand if you leave now. Okay, so let me get the factions going. There's the, just off the top of my head, Druids. Druids and Blight, so there's that faction. There's the... Okay, Strahd has the zombies. He's got some zombies. Strahd zombies, which are... They're the old Ravenloft guards. And the reason I want to do factions, like I said, was I really want to know the different things I can play with here, and I just kind of want to get a feel of the land, of Barovia, and who are all doing it. Do they want to defeat Strahd? Are they striving to be powerful and defeat Strahd, or are they striving to support him? And for me this is interesting because I want to create these minis, and I want to create some NPCs if the NPCs in here aren't that interesting. So I might amp up the magic in this campaign. I just don't like how low magic. It just doesn't. I just want it to be a little more. I kind of want it to be a little more bucks in the if that's the right word, buxom, a little more rough and tumble fun. I think. I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't. Maybe I should stick with the way it is, really low. Because I tend to get a little givey when I do magic items and stuff like that. So, but I just it's just the way I am as a DM. It's the way what excites me. So they have twig blights, needle blights, and then awakened trees, I believe. And I'm going to make a variation of trees. Doesn't say here awakened trees, but I'm going to go ahead and put those down. Awakened trees, and then I'm going to make a mix of those. I'm just so into like sieges and war kind of stories. So I feel like there's going to be like some gang warfare with all these different factions. I don't know. I hope I don't go too far off. I do want to keep with the feel and sense of the dread and the gothic. Okay, so there's the werewolves. That's definitely a faction. So I'm going to say NPCs, basic werewolves. I'm going to say like townspeople, those that go in disguise and go into town. So what would I call those? Spies in towns. Oh, and then the witches' coven with the scarecrows. Or Babaluga, what's her name? Babaluga or something? Babaluga witches. Barovian witches, right? I believe. I don't know if they're together, but Barovian witches. Let me look that up. Are the Barovian witches with Babaluga? Or I don't know her name. Something. Babalasaga. The Barovian witches. Oh, they forged a pact with Strahd. Okay, that's good to know. Pack rats with cats. Pack rats with cats. They're pack rats with cats, so they have a bunch of stuff. So, okay, so they're with the witches. I mean, with Strahd. So I don't know what they do. Barovian witches and their familiars. All right, and they're pack rats. So to me, that might mean their lairs may have magic. Magic items. Because in this campaign, right, there's not very much magic in the treasures. Or, I mean, I guess there is, but you have to go find it at higher levels. And of course, the main magic is in Ravenloft, and I don't, when are they going to go there to get that magic? I think especially at the early levels, they're just going to be so limited as to what they can find or get. But, I don't know how I'm going to play that out. So Baba, she kind of reminds me of Nanny Poo Poo from Tomb of Annihilation. Baba Lysaga. Oh, she has the scarecrows. Okay, scarecrow. And those, I'm definitely going to create a bunch of different scarecrows. That's kind of interesting and exciting, because they could be, because she, whatever she makes them out of, will to me determine, like golems or constructs will determine kind of what their strengths and weaknesses are. So that could be a complete variety of. And by the way, I've not read any sort of DM's Guild supplements on this. I've seen some online. But only a little bit. I haven't really studied out anything else that's added to this. I don't have that new Richter's, whatever add-on. So I'm just going off of basically this. I just passed. Oh, in the Vistani, it's really important. There's like 2 camps, so I really want to make sure I understand that. Oh yeah, so Baba Lily Saga. I'm going to put that down as old bone grinder. Old bone grinder. And the Vistani, I kind of feel like I want to put them in a little separate, because even though they serve Strahd, they kind of still have a little bit of independence in what they do. And there's 2 camps, and I wanted 2 camps because they're, remember, they're the ones that can go out of the mist into the real world, and they probably steal a lot. And I'm going to make it so that their tents too have magic items, right? That they can sell, probably low level magic items, maybe nothing that will hurt Strahd. They kind of have to be careful with that. But they can sell magic items to the people, so like common to low magic items. And I gotta study up on those 2 camps and see if they're factious, like infighting or anything like that. Okay, so the other faction, the Order of the Silver Dragon. That's a crazy one. Order of the Silver Dragon, which has the Revenants, I guess. Revenants. I guess you can all see this. Maybe I should zoom in a little bit. Okay, so we should point the mic over here. Hope the mic was okay. They're Revenants. I mean, the Revenants too could be a bunch of different levels. I just quickly going through this. Phantom Warriors. Okay, well, let me put down Phantom Warriors. I need to look those up. Oops. I don't know what that was. Phantom Warriors. See Appendix D. Just so they're in there. There's a smoke method in here, and I don't use methods. To me, they're just distracting. And there's obviously some NPCs for the Order of the Silver Dragon. There's 2 in there. NPCs. The major guy and his, I guess, lover. 2. I'll just go 2 for now. Okay. Let me do some subheadings here. No, not that. That's how big I made it. 22. That's a little too big. Okay, I'm going to make that a little smaller. Let me see. You can edit over here. Well, it doesn't show on the screen there, but there's an edit. And where's the... Want to edit? There it is. Okay. Just a little smaller, buddy. I wish it doesn't preview it either. I can't really see unless I just hit OK. Go a little smaller. Come on. Try 18. That's fine. Okay. Subheading. Werewolves. Druids in Blight. The Vistani. Okay. Okay, I guess we should do the villages. Barona is the first village, and I think that one's pretty weak. The village of Krzek. Now, is this the? Oh no, this is the weak one, right? Okay. Oh my God, this is the one with the abbey, and the. This is cool. It's kind of like that gothic story where he creates all the different creatures from animals and all that. I forgot the story. Not the Frankenstein. The island of Dr. Moore or whatever it is, where everyone's changed into beasts. The Mongrel Folk. Okay. Now they're not. To me, I'm going to consider this faction to be very localized. They're not going to be roaming around. So the Mongrel Folk and the Abbey, village of Krzek is. I'll figure that out. So, they have what? I don't know. I'm gonna figure that out. But so this is a subheading. The Abbey is a subheading. And it's got the I think the Abbot. The Abbot. He's kind of major. NPC. And remember, we gotta take note of the NPCs that could be allies. So I'm going to make another. I think I'll just make another text box here. Let me fit this on the screen. Move this over here. Where'd it go? All right. Because there's definitely allies in Barovia. Now these are powerful. I want these to be allies in Barovia. I want these to be pretty powerful. For instance, well, I think the abbot could be turned into an ally. I believe. I'm going to put that as a question mark. Okay, let me take this out of here. There's the abbot. I'm just go off the top of my head. There's the abbot. There's Rictavio Richter. I don't know his full name, or if that's even the correct name. There's Esmeralda, or whatever her name is. I don't know. I think there's got to be a list in here. Let me pause real quick and see if there's a list in here of all the allies that they could possibly use that are supposed to help them fight Strahd in the finale. Okay, yeah. So it's the cards. When you get the tarot reading, there's a list, of all the. So let's see. It's Rictavio, which is Richten. Okay, Richten. There's Richten. There's the werewolf. So maybe, instead of defeating the werewolf, you could join with the werewolf to fight Werewolf Zuleka Tornescu. There's the Mad Mage, which is what's his name? Mordenkainen. What? There's Donovich the priest, which he seems like a pretty weak hero person to have as your ally, but I could make him a little tougher. Ooh, there you can have none. Okay, then there's Victor Valakovich. I don't even know who he is, but I'll. I'm sure I'll remember when I see it. Okay, there's Stella Wachter. Okay, wow, she was. Kaz. I was reading Stella Wachter. Casimir Belkov. Let me write these all down and then I'll go through them. Okay, so I've reviewed the Strahd's enemy, and the abbot is not in there as far as the cards go. And it's really interesting because some of these are just like children, or no very low level. There's no way they could help in just seeing them as is. Now, it says in there that if they are Strahd's enemy, they take their goal to destroy Strahd takes precedence over whatever else is written in the campaign. So this will be interesting because I guess I will make them interesting or have some sort of something that will distract Strahd, lure Strahd, something that the players can discover is a weakness that they can use to help them fight Strahd, whatever that is. It could be that, like the assassin, well, he's an assassin, so I guess that could help. But like some of the children or Irina, obviously Irina, if she's chosen as the enemy, she can be very distracting to Strahd, or they could use her as a foe hostage. So that's an aspect of this game. So I have to be aware of that one. The factions, again, is the most important thing for me. I'm really going to flesh these out and make them really cool, so that when I can place them, and I'm really intrigued by the scarecrows, making a bunch of different minis for those and having them kind of I'll probably do it based on the area. My random encounters, I think I will do it based on the area that I know that they're mostly in, because I know the druids and the blight attack the winery, the wizards of winery. So I might make it in that area. But I also know that Baba Lysaga with her scarecrows. Oh, they attack the were-ravens. That's right. The ravens. Oh, I need to put those down. And that's the other village. Where's that village real quick? Which I think is an interesting part of this. The Vallaki. Okay, town of Vallaki. Let me put that. We'll put this up higher. Town of Vallaki. And there's Father Lucian Petrovich. I'm surprised he's not one of the enemies of Strahd, because he's a priest. And he seems to be a pretty nice guy. I'm going to put him down somewhere. He's in the town, I guess, of Vallaki. Father Lucian Petrovich. Then there's obviously the were-ravens. There's town guards. Put that down. I'll get more in depth. What's this guy's name? The Martikovs. Okay, Martikovs and were-ravens. So that's an interesting. And then they have a swarm of ravens at their aid. So this town of Vallaki is kind of a mixed bag of factions, and I know there's the Burgomaster, and his Burgomaster and the Irina's lost brother. What's his name? Isaac Strasny. So that's the lost brother of Irina. And he's the gladiator with demon hand, I'll say, for now. Okay. I got the werewolves, the Voctors, and her cult. Yeah, I guess I'll put her down because she could maybe add a flair. Voctor, what's her name? Lady Fiona Voctor. Lady Fiona Wachter. I'm Lady Fiona Wachter. And the cult. I don't know if they're really that powerful, but why not? The coffin maker, the toy maker. I don't know. if I'm going to make that guy interesting or not. I hope you can hear me. I'm just doing my thing here. Okay, we got Old Bone Grinder. No, Old Bone Grinder. Oh, no, that's separate. Oh, no, that's not Bobby La Saga. Bobby La Saga, yeah. Okay, Old Bone Grinder is... is it a coven? I haven't really read that one yet. Yeah, it's a coven. Okay. Let me take that. Wow, that's a totally separate faction. Okay. More. Oh, I didn't change the settings here for subheading. When I hit return, it changes into basic paragraph. Okay, so Morganta's Coven. Oops. And then there's saw two more names. Put the Dream Pastries and Night Hags. Night Hags, Bella, and Ophalia. I'll get their full names later. What? Okay, so that's a faction for sure. All right, what else is a faction? The Order of the Silver Dragon, I already got. The Village of Kresk. Yeah, I've got that on there. Somewhere. Yep. The Abbey, yep. Solenka Pass is just a pass with some encounters. The Ruins of Bobby La Sagas. In Berez. She's in Berez. Van Richten's Tower. That's okay. The Wizard of Wines. All right, that's the Amber. Oh, the Amber Temple. Okay. I don't know if I'd call that a faction because it's more of just an encounter. I don't feel like they're going to send out any. Oh, here the Druids. Yeah, they got the and the Werewolves. Okay, so that's it. I've got all the. I'm pretty sure I got all the factions. The Strahd, the Vistani, the town of Vallaki, with, the Were-Ravens, the father, the lady Fiona of Wachter, the Burgermeister, Burgomeister. Then I got the Druids, the Werewolves, the Old Bone Grinder, Bobby La Saga, Order of the Silver Dragon, Village of Krizek, which is kind of weak, and then the Abbey. That's it. That's all. So that's all of the factions. I'll probably be doing minis for a bunch of these. Make those Druids pretty creepy. Werewolves, that'll be fun to do. Oh, the Scarecrows, that'll definitely be fun to make a bunch of different Scarecrows. Order of the Silver Dragon should be interesting. The Mongrel Folk, sure. So I need to. So that's basically the video for now. I need to just kind of let this simmer. And so this kind of helps me get an understanding of the overall picture of what's going on. The different in the whole Barovian Valley or whatever it's called, Vale or Valley or region. All right, so that's my quick video on kind of how I get started on campaigns, and so I can see it, see all that's out there and what's going to be interesting to me. You definitely want to create each area that they're in. You want to make that really interesting. I mean, there's already maps for them, so I'll definitely leave it at that because I'm working on other stuff that I'm making maps for. But I'll definitely make the minis for not all of these, but most of them, a lot of them. They're minis that I would want anyway to have. Okay, whew, that's kind of a weird video. I've never done a video like this. I don't know if you guys are going to like this video or not, but that's how I start doing my campaigns, is breaking it down, getting them in little lists and outlines to figure out what I'm going to do, how I'm going to build it up. and create what I want to DM, what I want to see, while keeping the strengths of that setting, feeling, and expectations by the players. You know, so this will be interesting. All right, hope this was helpful for you guys.